Yeah.
How's that gonna fly? You gotta use two, boss. Hey, boss. You gotta use two.
Whoa.
Dude, you're gonna break my arm. Jesus Christ, man. All I said is all you gotta do is bend down to get.
You're a tyrant. You're a tyrant. You can't use it. Intimidation. You're not gonna intimidate me. You're a punk.
Excellent. Thank you and have a nice day.
No, I'm gonna need you to identify yourself.
I already told you.
Imagine this. You're standing on public property, simply exercising your right to film, when suddenly, officers approach and demand your ID. No crime committed, no suspicion, just intimidation tactics wrapped in a badge. And when you refuse, things escalate fast. Handcuffs, threats, and abuse of power. But here's the real question. Do you actually have to comply? Today, we break down a shocking case of a citizen standing up to law enforcement overreach and the legal battle that followed.
You're a stranger.
Okay.
My dad told me not to talk to strangers.
Okay. I was curious why you have cameras.
What do you usually do with cameras?
You film.
Yeah, film, yeah.
Okay, what are you filming?
Okay. Huh?
What are you filming?
You right now.
Okay. May I ask why?
You can ask.
Okay.
I mean, I gotta tell you. Go back to work.
I am. Thank you.
Yep. Can't hear you.
What's going on? We got a report. Y'all got into a little verbal altercation with somebody here.
Nope.
Said they asked you to leave. You told me had exchanged some words with them.
Sure. We got a couple of cameras.
Well, I see that.
Yeah, it should be self-explanatory.
Okay, so you don't want to explain to me what you're doing out here on their property?
No need.
Okay. Well, let me get with the guy that called, and if you're on their property and they want you to leave, you gotta leave.
First, they gotta prove that it's their property.
Okay, so we're gonna go that route. I got you. Okay.
So we already know.
Okay. Can you lift that tailgate so I can get that tag in?
You been down there and get it, Hoss. I'm not doing your job for you.
Okay, well, I need you to get off that tailgate for me.
How about
then.
no? How
Okay,
about
look.
you kiss my How about that?
Okay. Stand up, put your arms behind your back for me.
For what?
Because you're delaying me from doing my job.
Delaying? How you can bend down to see
Okay, I'm
that
asking you to
tag.
step off the
You
tailgate
bend
so I
down
can
to
get the
see the
tag.
tag. I ain't got to do nothing. You're not my daddy.
Okay, sir. I'm asking
Listen,
you nicely.
you can ask
Next time
all
I'm
you
gonna
want.
tell you that I'm gonna
Tell
make
me
you.
what? Did I got to move off my truck?
Yes, sir. I'm trying
I
to
got to
get the
move
tag.
off my truck.
I need you to
This
lift
is
up
my
the tailgate
property.
for me.
You can bend down there to get it. It's been done many times.
Okay.
Many
Like I said,
times.
step off the tailgate so I can get that tag.
Or what?
All right, come on.
Or what?
Come on.
What
Get up.
the f are you doing, man? Ow! You don't have to do all that.
Not holding that.
How am I instructing your? All you gotta do is bend down to get it. You're gonna ask me to get off my truck.
3 times.
To get off my truck.
Yeah, give me
How's that gonna fly? You gotta use two, boss. Hey, boss. You gotta use two.
Whoa.
Dude, you're gonna break my arm. Jesus Christ, man. All I said is all you gotta do is bend down to get it.
Okay, now that's not all you said.
That's exactly what I said.
Okay.
It's on camera.
Oh, it is on camera.
You got 4 of them right there. Ow! God!
Whoa.
Ow! What the? He's got this right one so damn tight, dude. I can't. Oh my God! What are you doing, man? Loosen that right one up. I can't feel my fingers.
Walk with me.
Dude, are you serious? God damn.
So what's going on?
It's not moving, dude.
Nothing.
We're on state
All you
property
had to do is
filming.
bend down, just like
Yeah,
everybody
that's all
else
we're
does.
doing.
Okay.
He,
I don't.
Freaking
I don't
killing
think
me,
he
dude.
realizes where the property lines are.
Ow! What the f are you doing? Ow! I can't. My damn, my wrist is about to. Dude, I'm telling you, man.
I got a
What are
map
you
that shows the
doing?
property lines,
Ow!
Okay.
and the property line is about where that stop sign is.
Ow! Would you freaking stop? God dang it! Ow! Oh, I can't.
And it's most people call it an easement, but it's not. It's state property. Then we may take civil
Do you
action
have any ID on you?
and sue the city.
Now you can do what I say first.
Yep.
That's how the law works, son.
Which one?
Legally detained.
You want to do all that?
For nothing.
Do you have any idea on this?
No. And we don't have to ID unless we have done something wrong. North Carolina?
I mean, we're here. We have a right to get your information.
You have to, what do you need it for?
Just so that we may contact you, that's it.
But
nothing, you know.
that's not the law. The law is you have to suspect us of a crime, or we've been arrested.
I have people's ID when they're not doing any crime.
I know, but I'm serious. You don't really know that you don't have to ID in North Carolina?
Yes, unless you get pulled over.
All right.
Okay.
How's it going?
All right. So what's going on?
We're just out here filming First Amendment audit to prove our right, to see if the city will protect our right to film in public.
Okay.
And this is state property where we're standing.
Yeah.
And that's all we're doing.
Okay.
The officer.
Yeah, I was going to ask you what happened with that situation. I
got it on video. That's with me.
Yeah.
Was sitting on the trunk
Tailgate.
and on the tailgate, and the officer didn't want to bend down to get the tag, so he told him to get off of the trunk so that he could raise it to see the tag without having to bend over, and that's all that happened. And what's your name?
I appreciate that. Corporate Ellis. Let me contact my boss.
All right.
I just got detained. I was just in handcuffs, guys. I was just in handcuffs. They just took me out of handcuffs. That guy right there, that guy getting in there, I forgot his name, but I'll get it. That's a freaking tyrant right there. Hang on. Hang on. I need everybody's name here. I need everybody's name.
My name is Middlebrooks.
Middlebrooks?
Yes, sir.
Can you tell me the rest of them? I need everybody's name.
The supervisor's on their way with that. I got to go to this next call, sir.
All right. I need your name before you leave.
Deputy Hernandez, 9461.
Hernandez, 9461. You a tyrant, Hernandez. Straight up tyrant.
Hey, sir, how's it going?
I'm good. How are you? Can I get your name and badge number?
Officer Hidskin, my badge number is 5450.
Thank you, sir.
Hey, so it's my understanding that you've been told not to be inside the building.
It is a public lobby. I am
understand
gathering
that.
content for a story. There is a poster 7 says I can record in there. Would you like to walk in and look at it with me?
No. There's no debate about that. That's not what I'm asking.
Okay.
I'm asking you, were you told by officers that you were not allowed to
Officers?
be?
No.
It's my understanding the
A
officers
guy
told you
named
you were not
Larry.
allowed.
A guy named Larry.
Mm-hmm. Who's Larry?
I guess he's a postmaster.
Okay.
Which he is wrong, and I am here to buy a stamp on my purchase and record everything.
I'm not disputing that.
Right.
But
I agree.
it's my understanding that police have informed you that you are
No.
not allowed to be inside of this
No,
building.
you are wrong.
Okay.
There was another auditor that does what I do that told me he was detained from this location and trespassed.
Okay.
So-
So what's your name?
My name is Dustin.
Dustin?
Yep.
Okay. Who is
I will only give you my first name because of my rights.
Well, actually, you do have to tell me who you are. So
I only got to give you my first name. And legally, I don't have to give you even that.
actually, you do. But okay, I'm not gonna argue with you. I'm gonna wait till my partner gets here so we can get this
Okay.
all straight.
I'm going to walk to the side of the building and just keep
Well,
recording.
I want you to stay right here. Okay.
Am I being detained?
You are being detained.
Okay.
What is your first name?
Dustin, that's all I'm giving you.
Okay, Dustin. What's your date of birth?
I'm not giving you that.
Okay. Well, we'll get to the bottom of it.
That you will.
So, were you here the other day?
I was not.
You were not here.
Nope.
Okay. So, what is the purpose of all this right now?
Just, public
Just to do
knowledge.
this
Just public knowledge.
For fun.
It's public knowledge.
Okay.
And can I get a supervisor as well?
Yeah, we'll get one for you.
Thank you. And do you guys have an agreement with the post office to do, in certain post offices have to have agreements with police departments for them to even do, trespass from any post office?
They can trespass whoever they want from here.
They can't. Unless I've committed a crime, they can't.
Well, the other gentleman, again, I wasn't here the other day. It's my understanding. You may have or may not have been here when that happened, so we'll get to the bottom of it.
Okay.
But, what was going on at that day, I'm not going to explain to you because allegedly that's not you. But
Right.
they don't want you here.
They can unless I'm committing a crime. I'm here.
We'll figure it out.
We will.
So.
And this is car number 34 pulling up here at Forest Park Post Office.
Well, I'm going to go inside. His first name's Dustin. He won't give us any more information. I'm just going to see. Is this the same guy that was here before?
Pretty sure.
No, I'm not.
He's
no.
alleging he's not, so I don't.
I know the other guy, and that's why I came to tread waters today.
Okay.
Can I get your name and badge number?
Officer Hoff. It's right here.
Badge
4660.
What if I can't read? That's why when a citizen asks you, you should just tell
Well,
you.
you're filming me, so it's right there.
I am filming you.
Okay.
Can I get a supervisor?
You, sir. Supervisor for what?
I want a supervisor as well on scene.
Absolutely.
Thank you. So they also do passports here. No parking, fire lane. But yeah, they're on a call. We'll let this one slide. No, I know the gentleman you guys trespassed the other day.
Okay.
And that's why I came to tread waters today.
Okay. Well, you just said you're treading water. Why?
Because it's legal. It's legal.
Okay. Well, it's not legal when you film things when people have their personal information.
I have not even been in there yet.
Well, I don't know that. That's what the other officers here to figure
That's
out.
fine.
Right?
That's fine. And I can still.
Were you here the other day with that other guy?
I was not here.
Okay.
Well,
with that said, let me finish.
Okay.
With that said, he was filming.
Yeah.
When people had their checkbook out and their credit cards.
But that's still illegal. That's still legal.
It is not.
It is.
They have the management right to say that you're not allowed here.
There is no expectation to privacy in public areas.
Okay, at the post office, which is federally correct.
Yes, public.
Okay, public, but it's federal. But they have their laws and they have their rights.
Yes.
They have their rights to protect their customers.
Yes. Well, that's their protection. They should do. As long as I'm in there.
Like it if I came behind you and was filming your credit card number.
It's your right.
No, it's not.
It's your right
you
to
have
film.
Expectation of privacy.
You do not in public.
Yes, you do.
So Hoff just said nobody has privacy in public.
Expectation of your own privacy with your own stuff.
You don't.
Yes, you do, sir.
You don't.
Well,
so am I being detained still?
Did that officer say stay right here?
He told me I was detained.
Okay, well, you're not detained. You're being stopped and furred.
Okay, so I'm going to walk to the side of the building,
No,
and you know where I'm at.
He comes back, okay? And then we'll figure out.
Then I'm detained. If I'm not detained, I'm free to walk.
You're detained right now. Because
Okay.
we're figuring out what's going on.
Okay. Is that the supervisor right there?
I can't see it. No, it's not.
Okay, I'm going to walk over here and get the car information.
Okay, it's car 10.
Car 10. So we got 3 cops here currently from Forest Park. I am being detained. We'll see how it goes. Hi there, how's your day going?
Officer Hagman, he said he's here just to stir the pot.
Can I get your name and badge number?
You can have my name, Officer Hagman.
Yes.
Yeah, it's different.
Can I get your name and badge number?
You can have my name, Officer Hagman.
Badge number?
You don't need it.
Okay.
So, my understanding is you're not allowed to film. Yeah,
I actually talked to Larry. He says I can. I told him I had business.
I've got the printout from the Postmaster General that says you can't.
And that's a lie. I can record. There's a poster 7 in there that says lobbies and foyers and everything.
No, because that's where they're conducting business.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. There's no explanation to privacy in public.
It does.
It doesn't.
No, that's not true.
But I am going to go in there and film.
Well, if you do go in there and film, then you probably will be arrested. I'm just giving you a heads
Well,
up.
then you might as well just stay here because I'm about to go do my transaction now and film it at the same time.
Okay.
Because Larry told me to go in there and do my transaction.
Okay. I think we're talking about 2 different scenarios. Okay. If you want to film your own...
I'm going to film the whole time while in the lobby.
Okay. Slow down for a second. If you're going to film your own transaction and you're going to go in, you're going to do your business and you're going to leave, okay?
Well, I'm not going to leave right away. I'm going to stay around and
okay.
do some more filming, but
But
inside there...
other people inside of there that are conducting business...
It's legal.
It isn't.
It is.
Okay. All right. Well, there was a way to figure that out.
Okay.
You are allowed in there
Yeah.
to film. Okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are causing disturbance to others, then it does become disorderly conduct, all that stuff. So that we can...
But if I don't say a word to anyone, I'm just filming. I go do a transaction.
Yeah.
It's all legal.
Yeah.
Sorry?
What are you doing?
With my camera?
Yeah.
I'm curling.
You're what?
Curling. Curling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else does one person do with cameras?
What are you doing a video for?
It's just
Why
an
are you taking a
independent
video of
story.
me?
Who are you?
Worker.
All right, go back to
Myself.
work then.
Yeah, but that's illegal, right?
What's illegal?
I didn't give you consent to take a video of me.
I bet you can't cite me the law that says I can't.
What are you doing? You're just here people off? Like, I don't care about that, but you're zooming in on me and stuff. Like,
no worries, man. Nothing you got to be worried about. It's probably better off you don't know anyway.
that's interesting.
I'm just taking some pictures.
Okay, so can you tell me what you're taking pictures of?
Anything my eyes can see, dear.
Okay, so we've had some complaints from the correctional facility that you're taking some pictures of the building.
Okay.
Okay, so that's a concern for us.
Sure.
As well as a concern for anybody that's inside that building.
Of course.
It's a safety concern, right? So that's why we're trying to understand what you're doing that for.
Okay.
Okay, because that's not your right to do that.
I'm sorry?
That's not your right to do that.
It's not my right to photograph in public?
No, not a government building like that that's actually holding inmates because their safety is at risk and their privacy is at risk. That's why you're not allowed on the property, and that's why there's several things around the perimeter saying you're not allowed to be on the property.
Of course.
Anything else for sure, but not something like that. It's
So
quite,
what, if I may,
yes.
what you're telling me then is that there's some sort of
Is
law.
there a reason that you
if
have
I,
your face covered right now?
if I may finish?
Pardon me?
If I may finish,
No,
if I can talk now, is that okay with you?
Yes, I don't understand why you're filming me. You're welcome.
You don't need to understand.
Okay.
So what I was saying is that are you trying to tell me that there's some sort of law or something that would prohibit me legally from taking photographs or video of the correctional facility?
So what I'm saying is people's privacy is being breached when you are taking photographs of them in the building because it's a safety concern. Do you understand that? So if somebody sees somebody or finds out where they are,
Sure.
it could put their safety at risk.
So it's not a law that I'm breaking
why-
or anything like that?
So basically, there's signs up that you're not to trespass on the property.
And I wasn't.
All right, and you're outside filming, so we don't really understand why you're doing something like that unless you're using it for something.
Okay.
So you're putting people's safety at risk. So that's why we asked you not to do it.
Okay.
And that's why the correctional officers came out and asked you
Sure.
not to do it.
If I may again, because a few minutes ago you said that it wasn't my right to do that.
Yeah, because you're breaching people's privacy and you're putting their safety at risk. So that's a concern for us.
So, but
There's
it's not a
reason
law that I'm breaking,
So
though,
there's
correct?
a reason when people are transported and things like that, their identity is secure, so their safety is not at risk, right?
Sure.
So it's a government building.
Yeah.
They've asked you to leave. They've asked you not to film and asked you not to take pictures. You've given them no reason why.
I've told them I gave them a reason, ma'am. Ma'am, I gave them a reason.
Okay, and what was your reason?
I told them that I'm an independent journalist doing a story.
Okay, so why would you not just go to management? And why would you not ask them to maybe potentially do an interview or something like that so you can actually speak to management?
Because that's not what I needed, ma'am.
Okay, so you needed to take pictures of the inmates in the building, or were you taking pictures of the building?
I'd rather not answer any more questions.
Well, that's a concern for us.
Okay. Am I being
So
detained?
were you actually taking pictures?
Am I being detained?
You're not being detained.
You have yourself
But
a grand
I am
day,
asking
okay,
you
ma'am?
not to return
Take care of
back to the
yourself.
facility.
I'll go back to the facility anytime I like. I'll go back there right now. You're not going to tell me what to do until I break the law. Do you understand?
Don't point your stick at me.
I'm not done talking.
Photographs of
I'm
the
not
inmates in the
speaking.
facility anymore.
I'm
It's a
not done
government
speaking.
building,
And I will
you're
do that
breaching
whenever I feel.
You're breaching their privacy.
And that's not a law I'm breaking, am I?
You are actually breaching their
What
privacy
law?
to take photos of them inside of
What
their
law
building
am
where
I
they
breaking?
Can't go anywhere.
What law am I breaking?
Sir, don't return back. All
What
right?
law am I breaking?
Don't return back to the
I'll go there
facility
right
and take
now, ma'am.
photos.
There's nothing you can do
Okay,
to
if you
stop
want
me
to
from
do
going
that,
there.
If you want to do that, that's fine. I'll contact my sergeant, have him come down here, and we'll have a talk.
That's wonderful. I'll meet your sergeant at the prison. Take care. Might be Sergeant Sargerton behind him.
Hey guys.
Howdy.
I'm not with them. I'm just very interested. That's okay.
Just as another concerned citizen, or good citizen, if you will.
Yeah, there's no issue with you filming here.
That's what I tried to
into the
inform her of.
Facility. We're just they obviously don't want you stepping onto the ground.
Of course.
They've informed us that if you do step onto the property, then they do want us to arrest you.
I would expect nothing less.
So you're free to stand here and film
Thank
if you want. But
Wonderful.
we just don't want you going onto the property,
Not
okay?
a problem at all. And if you want to help her understand what my rights are and what I am allowed to do, because she told me it
May
wasn't
I
my
ask-
right to do
may
that.
I ask why you're
If I can
filming?
finish. She told me it wasn't my right to do this and that I wasn't allowed to go back, both of which are untrue.
So basically, they're voicing the same concern, safety of the inmates,
But again, you told me I wasn't allowed to. That's not fault.
To take pictures of people when they're in a secure facility because it breaches their safety.
Is that a law, ma'am?
Do you want to put people's safety at risk?
I said, is that breaking a law?
Are you trying to put people's
That's not what I said. I'd rather you didn't put stuff in my mouth.
Correctional staff is concerned about you having a covered face.
Yeah, it's cold.
And about the security of the inmates and their identity being secure.
I've asked you a few times if that's illegal, and you haven't answered me yet. It's just a yes or no question.
It's a concern.
So it's not illegal then?
Not illegal.
So it'd probably be better for you not to tell me I'm not allowed to do it then.
I asked you not to do
Well,
it.
you told me I wasn't allowed to.
Okay, so anyhow, as we said, you step on the property.
Of course.
We have storage.
And of course, that's
Can I ask
should
why
be
you're
obvious.
filming?
I'd rather not say.
Okay, that's fair enough.
Wonderful.
Just wondering.
Thank you both.
Okay.
You have a grand day, ma'am.
This isn't just about filming or refusing to show ID. This is about knowing and defending your constitutional rights. Police officers are trained to assert authority, but they are not above the law. If there is no reasonable suspicion of a crime, you are not required to provide ID, and you should never feel pressured to comply with unlawful demands. Always ask, am I being detained? And what crime do you suspect me of? If they can't answer, you're free to go. Your rights are only as strong as your willingness to stand up for them. So stay informed, stay calm, and most importantly, keep that camera rolling. Imagine walking down a public street, minding your business, when suddenly, a police officer demands your ID without cause. You know your rights, but what happens when the officer doesn't? In this video, we witness a heated exchange between law enforcement and a citizen who refuses to back down. The tension rises, accusations fly, and it all comes down to one crucial question. Does an officer have the right to demand your ID without reasonable suspicion? Stay tuned, because this one is about to get intense.
He's a civilian.
What does that mean?
He's a private human being.
So what does that mean?
What do you mean, what does that mean? Have a good day. Carry on.
Why don't you have a good day? There is no... Who? Did you just call me a loser? Did you just call me a loser? What's your name and badge number? Did you just call me a loser?
License or registration, please. What's your ID?
Did you just call me a loser?
You just approached the cruiser after I asked you not to. Do you have an ID on you, please, sir?
Did you just call me a loser?
Do you have an ID on you, sir?
Sir, can you call your supervisor?
I already have.
Okay,
Listen, you're very close.
I'll wait for
You
him.
should not walk up to police vehicles.
Why are you walking up to me?
I'm asking you for your ID.
6 feet,
You just
sir. You don't
approached
even
the
have a
cruiser.
mask on. You're putting my life in jeopardy, sir. Keep 6 feet away. Thank you, sir. Why are you approaching me?
Lower your camera. You're welcome to videotape me, but civilians don't have to be videotaped.
We'll see when your supervisor gets here. Why you keep approaching me?
He's heading out into traffic. I'm going to have to detain him if he heads out into traffic.
This is a public easement. This is a public easement right here. So I could be right here. Can't detain me. For what? For asking, you can just call me a loser. I have it on camera.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Well, I have it on camera.
That's good for you. That's
Can
a
you
productive
identify
use of
yourself?
time. That civilian chooses to not be videotaped.
Can you identify yourself?
That's absolutely not. You have no lawful business here. You're not.
Can you identify yourself?
Absolutely not. Okay. Can you identify yourself?
Chapter 41, Section 98D states that upon lawful order, you must identify.
Upon lawful order, and
Yes.
you're giving me a lawful order.
Yes.
Yeah, no, nice try though.
Okay.
It's a nice try. Google works well for you. I'd try that.
Didn't work out for you.
Again,
what is your badge, sir?
What is your
How come
lawful
you're not
purpose?
dispatched?
You're interfering with a motor vehicle stop. He didn't want to be videotaped. That's his prerogative. He's a civilian. You can videotape me. You cannot videotape him.
Okay, we'll see about that. So now we have an unmarked vehicle.
You may not videotape civilians who don't want to be videotaped.
All right, the guy is gone, so there's no...
Well,
no...
he expressed to me he does not want to be videotaped.
All right. Can you stop approaching me? Can you stop
Pardon me?
walking behind me?
Pardon me?
Don't be in my traffic, sir. Sir, back up. Go,
You did say it's a right of way, right? A public way, and I can
yeah,
go anywhere I
but you're
want?
blocking me. Sir, can you have him back up? I'm fearing for my life.
Again, you're interfering
Look,
with a
what
motor
is-
vehicle
what-
stop.
look, is this what policemen
You
do?
have no business on that motor vehicle stop. No lawful business. You are interfering with a motor vehicle stop. He's a police officer. You have to comply with the police officer.
Comply? He's blocking my walk, my freeway to walk.
He stopped you. He didn't stop me to inquire the situation. You're not complying with him.
What are you talking about? You weren't even here. I'll wait for the supervisor. Wow, nothing to do in Revere. I'll wait for the supervisor.
He does not want to be videotaped. You cannot videotape him. It's illegal. You have nothing to do.
What law is that? Can you state the law? That I can't.
Pardon me? Can I state the law? No, I don't have to state the law. I can tell you that.
You don't know it. It doesn't exist.
What happened? He does not want to be videotaped. He pulled up and asked me. He said, please have him remove me from that video. I do not want to be videotaped.
Okay.
That's his lawful business.
So what are you saying?
I'm trying to impart to you that you need to delete that application. He was not, it was a lawful motor vehicle stop and he chose to not be videotaped.
Is there a victim here? How's this work?
Again, I have no idea who he is. Just walked up and interfered with a motor vehicle stop.
I know exactly who he is. I know exactly who
Just chose to interfere with a motor vehicle stop. The gentleman in the motor vehicle stop did not want to be videotaped. He expressed that. He was very articulate about it.
You lawfully could be arrested for interfering, right? You know that?
How did I interfere? How did I interfere? Explain that to me. How did I interfere? Explain to me, how did I interfere?
He asked not to be videotaped, very respectfully.
That is not allowed. There is no expectation of privacy in public, sir. You're totally wrong.
You're videotaping a civilian.
You are totally wrong. See, there's a camera right there.
Doesn't matter. What's the big deal? Are you enjoying this?
What are you talking about? Wow, there must be no crime in Revere to have 7. Why don't you go home? Why don't you go home? Trust me, I'm gonna be here before you until you leave. All y'all gonna leave before I do. Bunch of punks. You're a punk. You're a tyrant. You're a tyrant. You can't use it. Intimidation. You're not gonna intimidate me. You're a punk.
Excellent. Thank you and have a nice day.
No, I'm gonna need you to identify yourself. I
already told you. You go to the police station.
You are going to identify. You have no badge. You have no name tag.
No.
Shut up, you piece of shit. You're a fucking asshole.
I am.
I know that. Now I'm gonna cross the line. Walk away, punk. You're a punk. You're a punk. You can't do shit. All of y'all. Now you're pissing me off. You ain't gonna do shit.
No.
That's what you're gonna do. You're gonna tuck your chairs between your legs and you're gonna walk.
Yes, of course. That's because we have jobs to do. And you however, hang around on the sidewalk and do nothing.
People.
Your job is to hang around the sidewalk and harass innocent people. You're harassing civilians.
Go away. Yeah, go. Put your ego away and go. I'm gonna need your name. Where's that supervisor?
At the police station. You're welcome to go there and get it.
Is this what you do?
Go to
Is
the
this
police
what I
station
pay
and
you to
request
do?
it. You have to have a
do?
job to pay somebody to do something.
I guarantee you I make more money than you, punk.
I'm sure you do.
That's why you're like 68 years old. You have no stripes.
I'm sure you do.
You're a loser.
I'm sure you do. Have a nice day.
No stripes. 2 of them. That punk just left. Another one's gonna leave. I want to make sure they all leave.
Have a nice day. Another fine use of your time.
Look how you fuck. Look how you're tyrants. Look how you fuck. Yeah, you have other calls. That's what I thought. Leave. Can I get your name and badge number? Can I get your name? Can I get your name and badge number?
Yep, 366 right there.
What's your name? You don't have a badge number. Bro. Sir, your name and badge number? Alright, so there he failed to identify cruiser 7382. There's a new sheriff in town, better get used to it. Just what I thought. Yeah. I'm gonna walk through here and you ain't gonna do shit.
Good luck.
You called for backup.
Good luck.
The just came and they left.
Good luck.
You got no help.
Good luck with that.
Good luck with what? Good luck with
the
what?
Poor old man you harassed.
Shut up, man.
Good luck.
Shut up.
You did a good job.
Shut up. You ain't do shit.
Congratulations.
You didn't do shit.
Intimidated
I'm still right here.
Good job.
I'm still right here. Again, nothing. You're gonna tuck your tail, and this is called the walk of shame.
It's the walk of shame.
Shame on you.
No.
Get on your car and get out of here. Little punk. Just what I thought.
It's unfortunate.
Exactly. It's unfortunate that we have pigs like you working for us. You pig. Well, I will be filing a complaint against you, dumbass.
What? Have some good damn reason to pull me over. Hey, what's your name and badge number? Why am I being pulled over? I don't get my name out. Why am I being pulled over? Because I ain't doing nothing wrong.
Okay. But I'm asking to identify you because I called you for a legal reason.
I mean, what reason?
Suspicious person.
What law have I broken?
That's for the investigation.
Well, get a supervisor.
What?
Get a supervisor, because I'm telling you, I'm a First Amendment auditor doing a First Amendment, Second Amendment protected activity. The police was called on me. You blocked me in leaving, you better have a damn good reason. Or you better say goodbye.
No, that's not how that
Okay,
works.
all right. You got your body cam on?
It's on.
All right.
Flashing.
I do.
Okay. So, what do you got going on?
I don't answer questions.
And why don't you answer questions?
Because I didn't do nothing wrong.
Okay.
You see where we're going with this?
Yeah, you just want to try to stir up.
No, I'm a First Amendment auditor doing a First Amendment audit is a protected activity on the First Amendment.
What were you doing then that's with your First Amendment?
Filming in public. What is the First Amendment? Let's test you
I'm
out.
asking you.
No, I know what they are. I mean, that's why I'm up. You swore an oath.
Correct.
Okay, what are they?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Nope.
Damn it, man.
I know, right? So enlighten
All right, First
enlighten
Amendment.
me.
First
What's
Amendment.
going on?
Freedom of speech, freedom of religion, freedom of
What's that, cell phone?
press. Okay, any individual can film in public, anything their eyes can see from public. Okay, I mean, that's what I'm doing. They come out, they confronted me. I told them what I was doing. They walked up there, said, you know what? We talked to a deputy, man, you're pretty cool. So I come back down here, they point you in, and here we are. And I'm trying to find out what crime I broke.
So there's no crime being broken.
Am I being detained? Be careful. Am I being detained? Okay. For what crime have I committed?
For an investigation. You don't have to be detained for a crime.
You have to suspect me of a crime.
Correct. Right? I'm dispatched here for a call, right? Right?
Right. Why aren't you talking to them? I didn't call you.
Well, I'm asking you.
I was leaving.
You're the person I was called for, right?
I was leaving. I'm that day.
Your vehicle was given us.
Yep,
right?
sitting right over there.
Alright, as I pulled up, you were leaving.
Going back to work.
Right? So, here I am.
Trying to find out why I'm in public filming.
No, I had no problem with you.
Oh, well, that's all I'm
Have
doing. I'll answer that part.
Have
No.
I addressed your phone at all?
No, that's all. What's the
Okay.
name of this road?
So, sir, have I addressed your phone at all?
No.
Have I said turn your phone off?
No.
So
No, but
how
you're
am I-
blocking my car
how
because
am I stopping your First Amendment?
you've got this patrol car in front of
That
me.
has nothing to do with your First Amendment. Right?
Yes.
Right or wrong?
Wrong. Why am I being detained?
Because I was called here. I was dispatched for legal reasons.
I just told you what the reason was.
Okay.
Why am I being
So
detained?
I have to investigate that.
Investigate it.
You think I believe everything I'm told by everybody else?
No, and that's why.
Okay, so that's why.
But you got to be. You didn't know
your
what the.
ID, sir.
No.
No? And why not?
Because I have not. I have to commit a crime.
No, you do not. Georgia is a show state.
No. Wait a minute. You said Georgia. Okay. So I need a supervisor. You just told me Georgia is a stop and ID state.
Yes. All right.
Okay. You can do it like that.
Is this your vehicle?
No.
Whose vehicle is it?
I don't answer questions. But it ain't mine. And I need a supervisor. That's the second time on body cam I need a supervisor. Thank you.
What's your request for a supervisor?
I'm being detained illegally.
You're not illegally detained, but okay.
And you told me a lie. You told me that it's a stop and ID state. Before you get yourself in trouble and lose your qualifying immunity, do you think it's the first time this has happened? No. No. No.
So, supervisor's tied up. There's another one responding from a different zone.
All
Be
right.
here in a little while.
Sounds good.
Okay, then we'll hang out. How's that sound?
It don't sound good.
Let's put you in request, right?
That was my request, unless I'm free to go.
No, not yet.
Not yet. How are you? Hello, my friend. Hey, well, shh, people's watching. Will you tell him that Georgia is not a stop and ID state.
Okay.
And I am illegally detained. I'm illegally detained.
Okay.
I've been asked to leave twice. I've been illegally detained 14 minutes, 38 seconds.
Okay.
And all he says was somebody called me for filming in public. And I asked him what crime I committed, and he's like, he's investigating, and I told him to call you.
Yeah. And what happened is somebody did call and reference. They said you had a GoPro and a drone and all that other stuff. And once he finds out, once he calls and talks to you, find out exactly what you're doing, you're free to go.
Well, thank you.
I mean,
can you talk to him when I leave?
I'll explain that.
Okay, appreciate that. I'm gonna pull. Listen, I'm gonna pull both body cams, and I want to hear that conversation because there's gonna be a lot of people bashing y'all, and I don't want that.
Okay.
This is an education, not a show. I'm not doing this to make fun of y'all.
When we do get a call,
I understand
about somebody, we have to come see what you're doing. Now,
I know
once
that.
you realize that you're just filming and just not doing
right.
anything illegal,
There you go.
you're free to go.
Okay, thank you so much.
I'm sorry.
Did you learn something? Did you learn something?
We're going to agree to disagree.
Okay, just teach me. And he did not know the First Amendment. He knows the Second Amendment. And if he would have asked for the ID for my Second Amendment, I'd have had to give it to him, but he didn't think about that. Y'all have a good day, man. Y'all take it easy. And there you go. Augusta, Georgia.
CR 794.
Officer Yar 794 YHR. Okay.
What did you say? I couldn't hear you.
So looking for undercover cars.
Okay.
What's your name and your badge number?
Officer Sandler, 752.
What's your name and your badge number?
Cobra 714.
Cobra. Okay. I remember you from last time. No. No. What's your name and your badge number?
I'm gonna get your name because you're looking in cars.
What's your name and your badge number?
701.
What's your name?
Fugman.
I'm sorry?
Captain Fugman.
Captain Fugman, okay?
You understand looking at vehicles like that is suspicious.
Why is it suspicious?
People entering cars?
I didn't enter a car.
Looking into a car, that's suspicious on a
Why is that suspicious?
See the signs over here?
I'm not parking. No, it's not restricted. It says do not enter, no parking. I'm not parking. I'm walking.
Why are you recording?
This is open to the public, guys.
You're looking inside vehicles.
Okay, so at this moment, I'm going to grab my Constitution form for you guys. I'll let you guys read it. Here's a copy of the Constitution for you. Would you like to have one? Would you like to have one? I appreciate it.
So
would you like to have a copy of one?
Certainly.
This is awesome.
So do you
now I need you guys to read the First Amendment.
Yep, I know.
Okay, that's all.
So what he's getting at though
That's it, and that's all.
What he's getting at though is in the city of Glendale, we get a lot of entry to vehicles and stolen vehicles.
That has nothing to do with what I'm doing, and you can't put further crimes on me at this moment. I've done nothing.
I never said I was looking into vehicles.
Well, it doesn't. What happens in the past doesn't make me suspicious for doing what I'm doing. Okay, and what crime is suspicion? And what crime is suspicion?
When somebody's going up to vehicles that
what crime is that?
Are you gonna let me answer?
No, I just want the crime. What is it? What crime am I violating by you saying I'm suspicious? What crime is that?
All right, by going up to vehicles that don't belong to you.
What crime?
Looking into them. All right, that's the steps leading up to
Penal code.
Entering a locked vehicle, which is
Penal
a crime.
code. I'm looking for the penal code that I'm in violation of here. You're saying suspicious. No, you said I'm suspicious. That's not law.
Right.
There's no law that you can.
You understand under the Constitution that you're referring to, right? That if
I have a right to record in public.
If
Yes.
an officer has reasonable suspicion to believe that crime is afoot.
And what crime is afoot?
I just told you.
Suspicion is not a crime, sir. I'm asking for a crime. No, okay. Did you see me try to enter a vehicle? So then you guys don't attempt to put that on me. No, don't. One second before you cop-splain. 1 second. Don't cop-splain because I didn't even touch a vehicle, guys. You have cameras. I didn't even touch a vehicle. So don't try to say I'm unlawfully entering any vehicle, okay? So then there is no crime being committed, right? So then therefore you guys are talking to me because
Suspicious.
is suspicion a crime?
Yes.
If an officer has reasonable suspicion.
What penal code is suspicion? No, you have to have suspicion of a crime.
Correct.
What crime?
I told you entry to a locked vehicle.
But you know what you guys see I haven't entered any vehicle, so how could that be in your mind as a crime?
So
I mean, this is ridiculous, guys. I just gave you the Constitution. I'm allowed to film in public. I'm in public. I haven't touched a single vehicle. There's no reason for us to even have this conversation.
Why not?
Because I'm not doing anything illegal. You guys are here to uphold laws. If no law is being broken, you hold no authority. So you telling me my actions are suspicious, that's just you telling me my actions are suspicious.
Correct.
So prove a crime.
But we're not proving a crime. That's why.
So then why are we talking?
Because we have a duty.
You guys could have allowed me to just go ahead and gather my content and go about my business. I didn't do anything. You didn't even have to initiate contact.
Sure.
No, you didn't have to. No, you chose to. You chose to. No, it's not because no crime was being broken. No crime was being committed. You said suspicion. That's not a crime. No crime was actually being committed.
So that's,
we've explained ourselves. You've explained
No worries.
yourselves.
Suspicion is not a crime. For future references,
but
suspicion
it gives
is
us
not
reason,
a crime.
It gives us a reason to come up and speak to
You could come up, if you choose to come up and speak, then that's your choice. But until a crime is actually being committed, you have no authority. The best thing for you guys to have done was to wait and see if I did anything illegal. Instead of just coming and saying, oh, you're suspicious of, no, because you came out and said I was suspicious of a crime.
I don't need anything. For what reason? But I can though.
You're on private property. What do you need?
So this isn't the police department?
This is the police department, but what do you need?
I don't need anything.
Okay. So how can I help you?
Oh, I'm recording.
For what?
I'm an independent journalist. Appreciate it.
Okay. From where?
I'm independent.
You have your ID with you?
I don't need it.
For what?
For what reason was
Well, I don't want you standing here recording on the police department for obvious security
Well,
reasons,
you just told me it was private.
Okay.
You just told me. What's your badge number? I do need your badge number. You just engaged with me. So if anything else, call your superior. I would. Sure. Because you're supposed to give me your name and badge number when I ask for it. Okay. We will see. We will definitely see. Hello.
How you doing, guy?
All right. How about yourself?
I'm good. When you walk
That's good. Can I have your name and badge number, please?
No, not right this minute. You can't. What are you here
Oh,
for?
and why can't I?
Because I'm asking you, why are you here?
It's in public. I don't need a reason to be in public.
Really?
I don't.
All right.
Is this not?
Somebody coming up here?
Yeah.
Is this not public?
I just want to real quick explain to you, when I'm on the phone right now, I'm talking to somebody from the courts, right? I'm on the phone with the judge.
That's fine.
And you walk up to my car.
And I said, pardon me.
Okay. So
Right.
then you asked if you can go back there.
I said, was it publicly accessible? Correct.
It is not.
Okay, and that's fine, but this is, so what's the problem? I have the freedom of press. I'm sorry. You're going to get some education today.
So then you're refusing to tell me your name or anything, right?
I am an independent journalist, and I don't have to tell you my name unless you have reasonable suspicions that I've committed a crime.
So I don't have to tell you my name, right?
Okay, so why are you
the
engaging me
courtesy
asking me?
can go both ways.
Well, I
am
don't
right?
want to have courtesy.
Could
I don't need a
go
lecture.
both ways, yes or no,
Hey.
right? So now I had to get off the phone with the judge.
You didn't have to.
Well, yes, I did because because you're coming over here.
Right, and I'm coming over
so
here and
when
doing
I'm on
what?
the phone with the judge right now.
What am I doing exactly?
You're not understanding what I'm saying. So I'm on the
Hey,
phone
how
with
you
the judge.
doing?
You come over to my car.
And I said,
ask
pardon
if you
me.
can film.
I said, pardon me.
You cannot. No.
So the lady's in the car. I'm recording. I came up. I said, "Hey, excuse me. Is this area publicly accessible? The fenced area, which is open?" And she says, "No." I said, "Okay. Sorry about that." She said, "What do you need?" I said, "I don't need anything." I continue to walk off and continue to record. There's nothing wrong with what I'm doing. Everything I'm doing right now is constitutionally protected. It's the First Amendment. I have the freedom of speech and press. So I don't see what the problem is. If this is a public area, which it is, since it's the police department, what's the problem? She claims she doesn't have to state her name and badge number after she engaged with me. It's not like I came up and had a problem or anything like that. So now you're saying you don't. So you're saying that you don't have to.
Well, you walked over to my car
And said, "Pardon me."
Hey, so are you from Indianapolis?
I am actually.
Okay, so you remember the news reports not too long ago? We had someone come by and fire shots into this.
That has nothing to do with me.
I understand that.
Okay.
But you understand why we would be a little concerned about someone wandering around in our parking lot.
Okay, and once I told her that I was an independent journalist and I have the freedom of press, and what?
Independently journalists. Journalize whatever you like.
Thank you. So can I have your name and badge number? She told me I couldn't record here, that this property was private. So all of that there is a lie. This is publicly funded. I want her name and badge
there's
number.
sections of it.
I want her name. But okay, this is publicly accessible. I never went into any private area.
You
all
seem
right.
very confrontational.
I'm not.
Can I ask you what?
Confrontation.
Why,
I've been approached. I walked away from her after asking if that area was publicly accessible. She said no. I continued to walk off, and then she chased me down. I politely waited right there for her. Hey, excuse me. Hey, I stopped.
So your journalism. What's the?
I don't have to answer any questions. Not regarding that. If I'm not being detained.
I'm Lieutenant Karate. Have a good day.
I don't want to be touched. Appreciate it. Thank you. There's 4 people around me with guns. I feel very threatened.
You weren't.
You just touched me.
You're free to leave.
If I'm free to leave, I'm free to stay. Appreciate it. All right, thank you. Thank you. No, sir, you weren't. But I want her name and badge number though. That's for sure. I want yours as well.
That's Officer Frazier.
Everybody that here that just engaged in this confrontation, I need all your names and badge numbers, especially tyrant. She's
Officer Frazier, Lieutenant Crowdy.
Okay, and what's your badge number?
Have a good day.
What's your badge
I'm
number?
Adam 201.
201?
Yeah, have a good day.
It says 158 right there. I'm sorry. Pardon me. What's your name and badge number?
I'm Officer Connect.
And what's your badge number?
You know, there's a point of this. It's kind of like, you know, bordering on harassment.
How is it harassment? You're public service. I can record you all I want.
Exactly.
Right.
You have no business.
So arrest me. I do. This is public. I don't need any business to be in public.
We're all teenagers.
Right. Okay.
This encounter is a prime example of why knowing your rights is essential. Police officers are sworn to uphold the law, yet some use their authority to intimidate and demand compliance where none is legally required. If you're ever in a similar situation, remain calm, stand your ground, and ask the right questions. Always record your interactions, and if you're detained without cause, request a supervisor. The Constitution protects you, but only if you know how to use it. Stay informed, stay empowered, and most importantly, stay safe.